Hi guys and welcome to my May writing vlog. I haven't started writing so far this month, it is only the 1st, but I'm going to get properly started tomorrow because what I'm planning on doing is doing a full day of working on planning the Never Curse, and I think I might do one of those day-long vlogs, so if I have done that then you will have seen it by now. But yeah, I haven't really done anything yet. I have made a book which I'm quite happy with and I'll show you that now. So I got this big A4 notebook from the works and it is plain white, so I wanted to do something a little bit decorative on the front. And what I thought I would use it for is for sort of story ideas that I would normally put down on a piece of scrap paper and then end up losing. So I'm going to keep them all in this single book, and then if I ever want to do a prompt or a short writing exercise or something, or even if I'm just looking for an idea for a new story and I can't think of anything, then I can always return to this book and see what I've put there in the past. Okay, so there's this thing that I don't know if it's an actual thing or if it's just something that I do, so leave me a comment if you do this, but I do attribute different colours to different characters, and I thought I would tell you which ones I've got so far for the Never Curse. These are all the colours that I've got so far. Some of them are pretty obvious for which character it is and some of them aren't. So start off with my main character. Alex is a yellow, and it's quite a warm yellow, more like a cornflower, sunflower yellow. Then Jazz, who is Hook, is red obviously, and then following the obvious trend, Peter is green. And then for secondary characters we have Tinkerbell, who is purple because in my version she's going to have like purple hair, purple wings, that sort of thing. And then for Smee we have this sort of dark blue colour. It's appearing quite vibrant on the screen, but it's actually more of a dull blue. And then we have this blue, which is a little bit purple, but it's still very much a blue colour, and this is for Wendy. And then the final one that I've got so far is this sort of burnt orange colour, and this is for Tiger Lily. So if you do this, please let me know, because I don't know if it's because I'm a visual learner or something like that, but I just always attribute different colours to my characters. So if I'm writing something in my notebook about the character and I need to highlight something, I will do it in their specific colour. Or if I'm doing research, like when I was doing my research on the PTSD for Hook, I was going in with this highlighter because that is the one I attribute to her. So yeah, it's weird, but it definitely helps me organise my thoughts a lot better. This past week has been a really weird one in terms of sort of my self-esteem towards my writing, because I didn't talk about this when it first happened, when I first got the news, because I was in a bit of a black hole about it. But the writing squad that I applied to last month, I didn't get into that. And it really got me down because it ended up being a case of 1 in 4 people that applied got in. So I was thinking, if I can't make 1 in 4, then maybe I'm not that great and I'm not good at all, sort of thing. And then today, the opposite kind of thing happened. I got a really nice email from my seminar leader who said that they liked the work I submitted for an assessment. So it's just a bit of a weird one. Like, I can't tell if I'm actually any good because some people seem to like what I write and some people don't. And I think that's something a lot of writers can sort of relate to, that they just can't really self-assess whether they're any good or not. And it's probably something I'm just going to have to try and get over because it keeps going round and round in my head and then it spirals. But that's just the life when you do creative work, I guess. If you follow me on Twitter then you probably already have seen these, but I'm working on some character profiles right now. So far I have done Jass's and I've done Alex's and I'm working on Peter's. And by that I mean I've done their basic profile information, like their name, their age, their physical appearance, and then sort of their MBTI and Hogwarts house. Just the sort of things where you can have the label, then the colon, and then the answer. So just really simple like that. And my aim is, because it's Friday night now, it's so hot here and I'm just really tired, so I don't know if I'm going to do anything today. But by Sunday, I would like to get that done for all of the characters, and then if possible, some backstory added for the main characters as well. I know pretty much all of Jass's backstory. I know part of Peter's, and I don't know that much of Alex's, and I don't know if I want to go into that right now because it's not going to be all that relevant for the plot. And I would like to get writing as soon as possible. So if I can get the basics down for all the characters and do a bit of backstory work by Sunday, that'll put me right on track, and then I can move on to plotting a bit more next week. I think what I might do tonight then, since I have already done a bit of work on the Never Curse today, I think I'm going to get back into Morrigan. My writing schedule on Morrigan has been so rubbish. I think I wrote maybe 3,000 words last month, and then so far this month I've only written on the 1st. It is currently the 4th. So I've written on the 1st and I wrote 500 words, and I want to try and write quite a bit over this weekend as well, because with all of this excitement for the Never Curse planning, I am neglecting Morrigan and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to aim for between 500 and 1,000 words on that tonight, and I will update you, probably not this weekend because my family are visiting as well, so it's a bit of a mad rush, but I will update you in the next couple of days. So it's now the 15th and I haven't really done anything on Never Curse or Morrigan since I last updated you. I know this is going to sound really stupid because I'm in university and it is exam season, but I wasn't expecting to be as busy as I am. So I've got one assignment due in 2 days, one assignment due next week, and then I have an exam on the 1st of June. So I'm not sure what the next 2 weeks are going to look like in terms of my writing and sort of work-life balance. But I officially finished all my classes on Friday, so what I'm thinking is after I've done the assignments, because they are what I'm most worried about, after I've done that, then the exam itself isn't actually something I need to revise a whole lot for. So as long as I factor in the week of the exam, I should have a solid week and a half in which I can hopefully get a bit of writing work done. I'm starting to feel really worried about Morrigan because I think I've only written about 200 words this month, and I don't want to come all this way with Morrigan to just leave it now. I am 75,000 words in, so I really want to finish this book. I'm just getting to the stage with it where I feel a bit pointless, like it doesn't seem like it has any direction, and I know that's something I can fix in edits. And I don't know why it's happening necessarily, because my book has quite a strict structure because we have the 5 trials, so naturally it should sort of drive through, but for some reason I'm struggling with the in-between parts, so I think that's what's holding me back at the minute and making me not want to write it as much. So I think my focus for the rest of this month, when I get my free time, is going to be firstly working on the Never Curse and planning the characters, planning the plot. I'm not going to aim to have finished planning the Never Curse by the end of this month because I just don't think that's achievable, but I would like to get that done by roughly mid-June. And then as well this month, like I said, I want to work on Morrigan. So I think I might aim for like 10,000 words on Morrigan this month, and I probably won't even hit that the way I'm going, but I'm just going to aim for that. And hopefully my assessments don't take as much time as I think they will. I've actually made quite a bit of progress yesterday and today. So yesterday I basically just watched a lot of different YouTube videos with different plotting methods because I am struggling with finding one that works for the Never Curse, because it's just a bit of a weirdly structured story, so I am trying to find one that works. And I think I found one that is pretty good. It's the Vivian Rhys method. I will link her video, I think it's a 2-part series down below where she explains it, and it is really helping me because it's not too restrictive, but it still helps you get those plot points that you really need to drive the story along. So that was really helpful, and then after that what I did is I printed out a couple of journal articles about Peter Pan and how it is incorporated into our society today, and also how it appeals to adult readers, because this is really important for me because I'm not writing a children's book, I am writing a YA, so I do want it to have aspects of both. So that is really important to me, so I am definitely going to be looking through those journal articles and seeing if there's any pieces of information that I could convey in my story. So that was what I did yesterday, and then today I went out to see my friends at uni. We are technically finished with all our classes, but we're still allowed to use the campus, so we went on campus, and for this morning we worked on university stuff, so we're doing some literature essays at the minute. But then after that, this afternoon, we had a complete breather to just work on our stories, and I actually made a really decent amount of progress. Not so much that it's like a lot of progress, but in terms of sorting things out in my head, like I got a lot of character profile stuff done, and I worked out how the climax of my plot is actually going to work, because I did have general ideas, but I wasn't sure how it was all going to flow together. And just because I've got the climax of the plot doesn't mean I have anything else other than that. My plot is still very, very bare. I have the beginning, I have the end, and a couple of little things in the middle, which is a running theme with me. But I'm just feeling really optimistic about this story because I do love Morrigan. I'm still trying to finish it, but with the Never Curse, it just feels like, partly because it's a standalone, whereas all my other things have been in a series, the Never Curse is a standalone, and I feel like it has a lot more scope, not just because it's Peter Pan and has all those themes that are wrapped up in that, but because I do have a couple of ideas in there that can expand into different allegories and metaphors that I'm really excited about. And it just feels like I can do a lot more with this, so I am really excited about the Never Curse at the minute. Hopefully that continues, because I hate going through these stages of being really interested and then not interested at all. So I am trying to break out of that cycle, but I'm not too worried about things at the minute. I think if I get all of my work done for uni this week, then I can spend a lot more time planning, because my new goal is to have finished plotting the Never Curse completely by the end of June, and that will put me in good stead to start with a clean slate in July for Camp NaNoWriMo. Initially I was hoping to get it done by the end of May, but now it is not so much the case, just because I have recently gotten a part-time job, so that is going to take more time away for me. So I do think June is a nice realistic goal, but it's also a nice deadline for me. Because if I don't have a deadline, then I just won't do anything. I'll leave it until the last minute, which will never come because there is no deadline. So I think that's all I wanted to update you on. I am feeling really optimistic, like I said, so I'm excited to get back into working on this. I've been doing a bit of thinking of how I want my YouTube channel to go over the summer, because I do have pretty much 3 months. So from the 1st of June until I think it's the beginning of October or end of September, I'm off uni. I do still have my job to do, but apart from that, I don't have a lot of structure. So what I want to do is I want to kind of do weekly vlogs, because I'm the sort of person in my mental health sort of thing, it basically means that if I don't have structure, then I kind of go into hermit mode. Like, if I don't have a reason to do things every day, I will just stay in the house and not do anything. So I'm thinking if I have weekly vlogs, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to include writing, reading, and then just general life things in those vlogs. And then post them either on a Wednesday or a Sunday, and then the other upload day of that week, I will post a different type of video. So let me know what you think of that idea in the comments. I will probably already started filming the first one because I'm hoping to go from the sort of start of June onwards if I do this. But still let me know what you think, because I don't know if you guys would prefer monthly writing vlogs and then everything else put in the weekly vlogs, or if you wouldn't mind me putting the writing stuff into the weekly vlogs as well. But that's the plan anyway, so hopefully it works out, and hopefully it means I don't waste this summer just sitting in the house. So I'm currently partway through reading this journal article. It's called Magic Abjured, Closure in Children's Fantasy Fiction, and it's actually proving really helpful. There are a lot of things in here to do with the endings of stories that I think are going to be really useful for mine, because I do want to follow the conventions of different genres, and for mine that means coming back from the fantasy world to the real world. And even just the first few pages of this that I'm reading is going into a lot of detail about that and about the different types of endings you can have. So when it comes to the return from the fantasy world, there are three different types. There is the one that is warning against the subversive, there is one that is sort of yearning for the subversive, and there's another one that treats it as a sort of socialising agency, which basically means that it's teaching your character different things. So if you go to this fantasy world, in this case Neverland, you would presume that the main character would come back with some sort of emotional development, and I really want to make that a big thing for Alex, who is my main character. It might seem like a little bit extra to be going through journal articles and things, but I just really want this book to actually mean something. I do love Morrigan, but it doesn't mean a whole lot beyond the book, and it is just a very basic sort of fantasy novel. And that's not to say that that's a bad thing, but I would like The Never Curse, because it is a self-contained story. I would like it to have more sort of connections to the outer world and have sort of deeper layers. This is going to end up sounding so stupid if I end up with a book that is very plain, but I'm trying to put in the groundwork beforehand. So I'm going to continue with this, and then I'll move on to the second one. Today has been a day full of character work. I've completed Jas's character profile, I'm pretty much done with Alex's, and then I just need to do Peter's and I'm done with them. Those are the main three that I need to get my story really going, because the other ones, they are secondary characters, so I still need to do them. But I can get on with plotting once I have those three done, because I think if I have the stakes and the conflict and the goals of each of those three characters, then that will drive the story basically, and I'll be able to plot a lot easier. Those were the main things that I was missing with a few characters in Morrigan, which is what has been giving me a few problems and what's been holding back the plot. So my goal for tonight is to finish those character profiles and then also do like an hour of writing on Morrigan. It's currently 6 o'clock now, so I'll aim for about an hour. Hopefully I can get 1,000 words done, because yesterday I managed to write 1,000 words in around about an hour, which was really great, because I haven't written I think I've written 200 words this month for Morrigan. It was really, really bad. And then yesterday, I didn't get a burst of inspiration or anything. I just sat with my laptop and I was like, you are going to write something today. So I got 1,000 words out and it was really good because I managed to close off a chapter that has been giving me hassle for weeks. Now I can actually move forward with the story instead of being stuck on chapter 12. I don't know if you can hear it in the background right now, but I'm currently listening to a Harry Potter ambient soundscape. I'll link it down below. I don't know if you can hear it, like I said, but basically it's like plates clattering, people turning pages and writing stuff. I think it's Study Session in the Great Hall is what it's called, so I will link it down below, and they do on that channel a range of different soundscapes. Because sometimes I just find recently a lot as well that I can't write with music. Even instrumental stuff, it does get in the way for me a little bit now. I don't know if that's always going to be the case or if I'm just going through a phase where I can't deal with music when I'm writing, but also I don't like silence, so I like to have these little soundscapes in the background. And also it's really good if you are doing a scene in like a dining room or something where you kind of want to get immersed. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble a bit, so I'm going to close off now. I think I'm going to be having a really good week with work, especially with the Never Curse, probably not so much with Morrigan. I'm hoping to get another 5,000 words done on that this month, but my main focus is the Never Curse, so I would like to get a lot of the plotting done this week. I know I said I was going to aim for the end of June, but I would like to get that done sooner if possible, so we will just see how it goes. I forgot to end the vlog, so I'm just dropping in here to do that. So I am officially, it's the 1st of June now, so I'm officially starting on the Never Curse, which feels weird because I don't feel anywhere near prepared enough, but I'm going to give it a go. More on that in the next vlog. And with regards to what I was saying about possibly doing weekly vlogs, I think I am going to keep everything in one vlog so that I have the reading, the writing, and then some other stuff in there as well. And then they will go up on a Sunday. So I'm going to start filming today, and then the first one of those should be up on a week come Sunday. Hopefully I can stick to them because I'm not the most consistent with YouTube. But anyway, that is the end of this vlog, so I really hope you like this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.